Hello and welcome to PetWow. My name is Ray Stamper and I'm one of the founders of PetWow, as well as an executive board member. I will be your host throughout this video orientation to our company. On behalf of the entire PetWow staff, I'd like to begin by congratulating you on landing a position with our organization. All of us here at PetWow are looking forward to getting to know you, as well as working with you in the days ahead. My goal in this video presentation is to provide you with an overall understanding of our purpose and mission here at PetWow, as well as afford you a general grasp of the services we provide to pet owners. I also hope to paint a general picture of how our organization is structured, as well as the kind of company culture we promote. Finally, I'll close this presentation by covering a few basic nuts and bolts about your day-to-day life here at PetWow. Our hope is that by having a grasp of the big picture, you'll better understand how and where your own role fits into our overall organization. Let's begin by looking at PetWow's mission statement, which reads as follows. PetWow exists to make life more enjoyable for pets and the people they live with. This mission is achieved by providing extraordinary services which care for the physical and behavioral needs of companion animals in ways that are most convenient for pet lovers. Now, our mission statement can be divided into two basic parts. The first part describes why PetWow exists, namely, to make life more enjoyable for pets and the people they live with. The second part of the mission statement describes how we accomplish that goal, namely by providing extraordinary services which care for the physical and behavioral needs of companion animals in ways that are most convenient for pet lovers. Notice how crucial importance is placed not only on caring for pets, but also on meeting the needs of pet owners. The truth is that while PetWow is most certainly in the animal care business, it is every bit as much in the customer service business. It is people, our clients, who have pets as a means of enhancing their own lives. And of course, no pet walks into a PetWow facility of their own accord. It's the pet owner who entrusts their pet to our care. The bottom line is that when it comes to being part of the PetWow team, love for pets, as important as that is not enough. One must also be utterly committed to meeting the needs of the pet owner. With that in mind, let's take a closer look at what makes PetWow unique. In order to understand what makes our organization special, it's important to first consider the broader context. There are two key factors in modern American culture which drive demand for our services. The first factor is the reality that companion animals have become part of the fabric of the American lifestyle. Pets bring joy and comfort to people from all walks of life, the elderly, children, single persons, families, and more. In many homes, pets are considered one of the family members, such that many people simply cannot imagine a life without the companionship of a dog or a cat. In fact, it's estimated that well over 60% of the American population owns a pet. So the need and demand for high-quality pet care is simply enormous. The second factor in modern American culture which bears upon PetWow's uniqueness is the reality that everyone is really busy. Time has become a precious commodity. People's lives move at a pace faster than ever before. Between getting the kids off to school, getting to work on time, attending to responsibilities at home, and 1,000 other things, the modern American lifestyle is often frenzied. For this reason, any service which saves people time by providing them with the crucial services they need in a speedy and convenient way that fits their busy lifestyle tends to be highly sought after. So when one recognizes the tremendous and widespread demand for high-quality pet care, along with the premium which people now place upon time and convenience, one can begin to grasp the logic behind PetWow's success. For our very mission is to provide excellence in pet care precisely with a focus on convenience, which takes into account that busy American lifestyle. Another way to understand what makes PetWow unique is to consider what we call our strategic anchors. Now, our strategic anchors are short, easy to remember concepts which sum up PetWow's strategy for fulfilling its overall mission. We call our strategic anchors the 3 Ps since each anchor begins with the letter P. The first strategic anchor is Pet Care Excellence. By this, we simply note our commitment to provide the highest quality pet care services possible. The next strategic anchor is Pet Care Convenience. Here, the focus is upon our commitment to offer our pet care services in ways that are most convenient for our customers. The last strategic anchor is Pet Owner Pampering. This anchor harkens back to the fact that at PetWow, we must always recognize that we are serving people every bit as much as we're serving their pets. Yet another way to appreciate PetWow's unique place in the pet care industry is to consider what we call our advertising punchlines. These are simple, pithy slogans which we use in our advertising materials to let the public know what we're all about. Perhaps the most common punchline, and the one which captures the gist of who we are in the least amount of words, is "Pet care made easy." Another common punchline is "Everything your pet needs in a way that fits your lifestyle." The reason why I stress our strategic anchors and our advertising punchlines in this orientation video is because these provide quick and easy ways to drive home PetWow's overall mission to all of our new and incoming staff members. Let's turn now to consider the services which PetWow offers to the public so as to understand exactly why PetWow really is pet care made easy. To begin with, there are two primary pet care services which we provide to pet owners: professional veterinary care and professional pet grooming. With respect to veterinary care, we provide a full range of services from basic outpatient exams, vaccines, spays and neuters, to complex soft tissue and orthopedic surgery. In addition, we have a large staff of excellent veterinarians and veterinary assistants with years and years of experience working within our veterinary facilities, which are equipped with a full range of industry-leading equipment, including digital radiology, ultrasound, and much, much more. With respect to professional pet grooming, our services are likewise full range, beginning with basic baths, trims, shedding treatments, and hygiene cuts, and including the full range of professional grooming haircuts, as well as breed-specific styling and contouring. Now, besides offering our customers such a wide range of pet care services, what especially makes PetWow unique are the creative ways and methods by which we make our service available to our customers. The two primary methods by which we offer pet care services to our clientele are traditional walk-in pet care and mobile, or what we call at-home pet care. Like many other veterinary and pet grooming businesses, we have physical locations to which our clientele may bring their pets for veterinary and grooming services. This is a traditional format where grooming customers drop their pets off for pet grooming, and where veterinary customers may either drop their pets off or wait in our lobby to see a veterinarian. However, unlike almost all other pet care providers, PetWow makes all of its veterinary and pet grooming services available in a fully mobile environment. When it comes to veterinary care, each day we send teams of mobile veterinarians and their assistants to customer homes throughout the region to treat and care for their pets. In cases where a pet needs surgery or intensive care, we provide ambulatory pickup and delivery services so that the customer never has to leave the convenience of their own home. Likewise, we provide a similar pickup and delivery service for professional pet grooming. Let's now look at each of PetWow's traditional and mobile pet care services in a bit more depth. At each of our PetWow locations, customers come to receive a wide range of veterinary services for their pets, including exams, vaccines, spays, neuters, teeth cleanings, radiology, diagnostic lab work, complex soft tissue surgery, and a full range of orthopedic surgery. In addition, we offer some unique features for our traditional veterinary customers designed to make veterinary care more convenient for them. PetWow offers an early bird drop-off service wherein customers can drop their pet off for veterinary care as early as 7 a.m. in the morning, as opposed to waiting in our lobby for an exam room appointment. In addition, our locations are always open well into the evening so that pet owners can either see our doctors or else pick their pet up at the end of their workday. Now, PetWow's mobile veterinary services are truly unique. Our mobile veterinarians and their veterinary assistants travel to customer homes in a fully equipped veterinary vehicle. Our mobile veterinary vehicles are stocked with a full pharmacy, microscope, and much, much more. In essence, one can think of them as a moving exam room. When a doctor and an assistant arrive at a customer's home, the pet and the customer are escorted into the veterinary vehicle where outpatient work is performed on the customer's pet. If the customer's pet should require surgery or emergency attention, our staff will transport the pet back to one of our PetWow surgical facilities for care. Once the pet is fully recovered, our staff will then transport the pet back to the customer's home. In this way, whether our customers need basic outpatient veterinary care or complex surgery or emergency care, we are able to meet all of their pet's medical needs without the customer having to leave the comfort of their own home. No stress for the pet, no waiting in a lobby. In short, PetWow's mobile veterinary services are the cutting edge in veterinary convenience, the perfect remedy for the time constraints of the busy pet owner. PetWow's traditional or walk-in pet grooming services are extensive. We offer our customers basic grooming services such as baths and brushing, as well as full-scale styling and contouring, including custom breed cuts. In addition, we offer unique shedding treatments as well as other sundry grooming-related services. We have a large staff of experienced groomers who are supported by grooming assistants. Moreover, we utilize industry-leading clippers, tables, and bathing and drying systems to ensure the highest quality pet grooming results for our clientele. For those who utilize our traditional grooming services, we open our doors for pet drop-off starting at 7 a.m. and typically complete all grooms no later than 3 p.m. In addition to traditional walk-in pet grooming, we also make our grooming services available to our customers in a mobile environment. We do this through our unique and extraordinarily popular grooming pet taxi service. Our grooming assistants travel to customer homes between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. in the morning and pick customer pets up for grooming. The pets are then transported back to one of our PetWow grooming facilities, where all requested grooming services are performed. Once the pet is fully groomed and dry, our grooming assistants then transport the pet back to the customer's home the very same day, usually between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. in the evening. In this way, PetWow customers can have all of their pet grooming needs met on their own timetable and without having to leave the convenience of their own home. Finally, while offering our customers veterinary and grooming services in such a wide and creative number of ways is a key to PetWow's uniqueness, there is another feature of our business which equally contributes to our focus on convenience and time saving for our customers. Not only can customers choose whether they want their veterinary or grooming services through traditional or mobile means, they can also have both their pet grooming and veterinary work done on the same visit. Whether a customer brings their pet to us in a traditional walk-in manner or whether they utilize our mobile pet care options, in either case, we can usually meet their pet's grooming needs and veterinary needs in the same visit and often during the same day. That saves our customers both time and money, not to mention lots of stress. When all of these features are considered together, it becomes easier to see the meaning of our often repeated slogan that at PetWow, our goal is to offer everything your pet needs in a way that fits your lifestyle. So far, we've been looking at PetWow's mission and what it is that makes our company unique, and also the types and varieties of services which we offer to the public in order to achieve our mission. But of course, in order to provide the outside world with all of our unique pet care services, PetWow's internal organization and staff culture must be arranged accordingly. So in this section, I want to cover some of the basics concerning how our company is structured, as well as discuss the sort of corporate culture we actively seek to promote. Of course, the very word organization has the same root as the word organism, where the crucial notion is that of many parts or organs all working together to serve a common purpose or goal. Hence, in order to achieve our goal of delivering excellence in pet care in the most convenient ways possible, it's crucial that all of the different persons, roles, and functions within our organization are fitted together in such a way as to work as a unit or team. With that in mind, let's take a look at how our organization is structured internally. At the most basic level, we divide all of our internal activities into what we call work centers. Now, a work center is simply an area of the PetWow organization where a specific type of work takes place. There are 5 different work centers, and every staff member belongs to at least one work center. Our work centers are call center, welcome center, veterinary center, grooming center, and mobile center. Call center is responsible for all incoming customer phone calls to PetWow. As a result, call center is arguably the most crucial work center at PetWow because the very first contact which any owner has with our organization is through our call center staff members. The ability of our call center staff members to answer our phones promptly, project an attractive phone voice, and answer and respond to our customers' needs in a professional manner is absolutely crucial. Every pet that PetWow cares for belongs to a client whose appointment was scheduled by a call center staff member. If we drop the ball here, the rest of the organization suffers directly and immediately. Welcome Center is responsible for greeting all customers who visit PetWow facilities. Like call center, Welcome Center is mission critical because the first face-to-face interaction which any pet owner has with PetWow, is normally with a Welcome Center staff member. Again, a welcoming, knowledgeable, and professional demeanor is an absolute necessity. Most customers make up their mind about an organization within the first 60 seconds of interaction with its staff members. As a result, we strive to train our Welcome Center staff members to secure a good and lasting first impression by the way they greet and serve our clientele. In addition to greeting customers, Welcome Center also handles the pet admission process and ensures that all paperwork is completed. Welcome Center staff members also collect customer payments. Veterinary Center is where all of PetWow's veterinary activities take place. The veterinarians and veterinary assistants in Veterinary Center handle exam room appointments, radiology, diagnostics, surgery, kennel care, and so much more. Needless to say, PetWow's success is directly dependent upon the expertise and hard work of all of our excellent Veterinary Care Center staff members. Staff members working in Grooming Center are responsible for providing all of PetWow's grooming services, including nail trims, bathing, drying, styling and contouring, shedding treatments, and more. As the work center that provides one of PetWow's primary services, namely pet grooming, our organization's existence depends upon the ability of our Grooming Center staff to provide top-notch grooming services to our clientele. Staff members working in PetWow's Mobile Center are responsible for providing all of PetWow's mobile or at-home services to our customers and their pets. This includes mobile veterinarians and veterinary assistants, as well as a fleet of drivers who operate our grooming pet taxis and pet shuttles throughout the region. Like every other work center at PetWow, Mobile Center directly contributes to the success of our organization by ensuring that our mobile veterinary and pet grooming services are carried out with the highest level of professionalism. Now, there will be multiple staff members working each day in each of the different work centers I've just described. In order to ensure that each work center team functions together as a unit, we assign a team spokesperson to each work center. The purpose of the team spokesperson in each work center is fourfold. Number one, a work center's team spokesperson serves as a point of contact for other work center team members with whom small day-to-day work center related issues can be discussed or addressed. Number two, a work center's team spokesperson is responsible for conducting what are called daily team huddles, which I will explain in more detail in a few moments. Number three, a work center's team spokesperson is responsible for communicating with other team spokespersons to resolve day-to-day issues arising between work centers. And number four, each work center's team spokesperson is required to attend a monthly site meeting with the site manager of the PetWow location at which they work in order to provide feedback about work center needs or problems to upper management. Now that I've described the various work centers at PetWow and the role of each work center's team spokesperson, let me briefly discuss the daily team huddle meeting. This is a meeting that takes place within each work center. Generally, most every day, the team spokesperson for each work center will gather together all of their work center teammates and hold a very brief team huddle meeting, usually less than 5 minutes or less. The two primary purposes of the team huddle meetings are as follows. Number one, to facilitate work center team communication, such as passing on pertinent information about staffing for the day or any other client or work-related specifics that all team members need to be aware of. Number two, to resolve small day-to-day operational concerns, such as addressing minor mistakes or recurring errors which can be resolved simply by bringing them to the attention of all team members. The main point of the team huddle is to facilitate the smooth flow of operations in each work center each day. Now that you have some feel for how PetWow's day-to-day operations are divided among work centers, we'll next take a look at PetWow's management structure. From an operational point of view, the most basic form of managerial authority in PetWow is exercised by PetWow veterinarians. PetWow veterinarians carry out a limited managerial function by fulfilling the following key responsibilities. Number one, PetWow veterinarians direct the activity of veterinary care staff members during exam room appointments. And number two, PetWow veterinarians direct the activities of veterinary center staff during surgery. In short, the flow of day-to-day or on-the-floor veterinary activities is directly managed by PetWow's on-site veterinarians. Along these same lines, and because of the wide variety of medical cases which arise within the veterinary sector of PetWow, our veterinarians meet together once a month in a meeting which is moderated by the Chief Veterinary Officer. in order to discuss issues pertaining to PetWow's professional veterinary activities. The primary purposes of the monthly doctor meeting are twofold. Number one, doctors' meetings exist to convey veterinary-specific problems or suggestions to upper management. The chief veterinary officer, who moderates each doctor's meeting, gathers together and passes along any veterinary issues requiring corporate decision-making to upper management. Number two, doctors' meetings exist to facilitate communication and cooperation between veterinary colleagues. But perhaps the management position most directly involved in the oversight of day-to-day operations at each PetWow location is what we call the site manager. The site manager spends the vast majority of his or her time hands-on with staff members throughout each day, moving between work centers to ensure the smooth operation of the PetWow location for which he or she is responsible. The primary responsibilities of a PetWow site manager are as follows. Number one, each site manager is responsible for ensuring that PetWow's customer service at his or her site remains top-notch. Number two, each site manager is responsible for ensuring that a professional and productive work atmosphere is maintained at his or her site. Number three, each site manager is responsible for recognizing and rewarding staff for excellent performance, as well as for taking disciplinary measures in the case of staff members who violate company policies, show poor work performance, or who instigate intra-staff conflict. Ultimately, each site manager does have the authority to terminate a staff member's employment if necessary. Number four, each site manager is responsible for conducting a monthly site meeting with all of the team spokespersons at his or her PetWow location in order to gather operational feedback to be passed on to upper management for consideration and decision making. And number five, each site manager attends a bi-weekly meeting with the corporate officers in order to participate with the officers in resolving problems and making managerial decisions relative to his or her site. Now, having just mentioned the monthly site meeting, I want to describe that meeting in a bit more detail due to its vital operational importance. Each month, all of the team spokespersons from each work center at a given PetWow location meet together with their site manager. This provides an opportunity for each of the work center team spokespersons to bring significant issues relevant to their specific work center to the attention of the site manager. This is done in a setting where all of the different team spokespersons are present so that the site manager can get a feel for how issues arising in one work center might affect or be affected by other work centers. The site manager then consolidates all of the feedback which he or she gathers from the team spokespersons and brings that information to upper management so that decisions can be made and problems solved in a timely manner. This meeting is crucial to all staff members because the issues which the team spokespersons bring to this meeting are issues which have arisen in their given work centers. So, if you are part of a given work center and see a problem or have a suggestion which you think warrants management attention, you can simply convey that to your team spokesperson so that the concern can be quickly moved up the management chain for consideration. In general, then, the primary purposes of the monthly site meeting are as follows. Number one, to allow the site manager to gather on-site operational feedback to pass on to upper management. And number two, to facilitate communication between the different team spokespersons of the various work centers. Directly above the site managers in the PetWow management hierarchy are the corporate officers. There are currently 4 corporate officer positions within the PetWow organization, although this number may grow as our organization increases in size. The 4 corporate officer roles are as follows. Chief of Business Systems, whose responsibilities include handling of human resources, accounts payable, accounts receivable, and several other business side functions. Next, Chief Veterinary Officer, whose responsibilities include direct management of all PetWow veterinarians, as well as moderating the monthly doctors meeting. Then, Chief Infrastructure Officer, whose responsibilities include maintenance and development of PetWow's technology platform, as well as maintenance and development of other PetWow physical systems. And finally, Chief Management Coordinator, whose responsibilities include coordination of PetWow's corporate management structure, corporate advertising, corporate finance, and general business development and planning. In fact, most of the significant decision-making and problem-solving with respect to PetWow's overall operations are made by the corporate officers. Consolidated feedback from the doctors' meetings and site meetings is taken up by the corporate officers for consideration and resolution every 2 weeks so that decisions and solutions can be made and implemented in a timely fashion. In addition, and as mentioned before, all PetWow site managers also attend the biweekly officers meetings so that direct insight into the situation at each PetWow site can be conveyed to the officers by the site managers. So the two primary purposes then of biweekly officer meetings are, number one, to facilitate timely organization-wide problem solving and decision making, and number two, to facilitate communication between the corporate officers and PetWow site managers. At the topmost level of the PetWow management hierarchy is the executive board, comprising persons in position of corporate ownership. The executive board is responsible for developing and implementing overall corporate strategy, making major capital expenditure decisions, and approving the hiring of persons filling key managerial roles within the PetWow organization. The executive board meets on a quarterly basis, and the two primary purposes of executive board meetings are as follows. Number one, to review and develop overall business strategy, and number two, to make large-scale staffing and capital expenditure decisions, many of which are proposed to the executive board by the corporate officers. And finally, there are a handful of additional, what we call focus managerial positions within our organization, which, while not directly part of the decision-making hierarchy, nevertheless fulfill specific management needs. These managerial positions include PetWow Inventory Manager, who is responsible for ordering, receiving, and stocking all PetWow inventory items. The PetWow Staff Scheduling Coordinator, who is responsible for developing the staff schedule for all PetWow locations. The PetWow Building Maintenance Manager, who is responsible for repairs and maintenance at all PetWow locations, and the PetWow Vehicle Maintenance Manager, who is responsible for repairs and maintenance of all PetWow mobile vehicles. And finally, the PetWow Customer Relations Manager, who is responsible for calling back new clients to be sure they were satisfied with PetWow services, as well as maintaining PetWow's internet reputation and social media presence. I want to end this section about PetWow's management and meeting structure by pointing out the overall goal or purpose of all the different meetings we hold throughout our organization. Now, the reasons for our interconnected meeting structure are, number one, to allow for a continual lateral communication between team members as well as a vertical flow of feedback up the management chain of command. Number two, to make timely and effective problem solving possible. And number three, to allow for constant improvement through the implementation of creative ideas. These are the reasons for our meeting structure. It is also important, however, to point out what our meeting structure is not for. Our meetings are not a venue for, number one, bringing up grievances with other staff members. That is a problem to be resolved privately, either with the offending party or with one site manager. Valuable meeting time should never be spent on interpersonal conflicts. Number two, PetWow meetings are not a place for complaints unaccompanied by a focus on solutions. There is no place for complaining just for complaining's sake. Complaints or the acknowledgement of problems that need resolution should always be accompanied by a focus on solutions to those problems. Raising problems without a commitment to finding solutions simply breeds a negative atmosphere. Let's turn now to the working atmosphere here at PetWow. One of the keys to any successful business is to create and maintain a positive and enjoyable work atmosphere. Nobody wants to work in an environment characterized by gossip, staff conflict, demeaning conversation, and general negativity. Not only does such a situation add stress to one's job, it also ends up having a direct impact upon customer service in the form of poor job performance or even in the formation of negative staff member dispositions towards customers themselves. For this reason, our organization and management team are committed to creating a positive working environment and being vigilant about curtailing any tendencies which would breed poor attitudes and general negativity. There are at least 5 major keys which we stress to new staff members which go a long way towards maintaining a healthy work atmosphere and corporate culture. Number 1, be a team player. It's crucial to recognize that every work center at PetWow depends upon all the other work centers to accomplish PetWow's overall daily business activities. Learning to work as a team while pulling your share of the load is crucial. Number 2, assume the best. If someone makes a mistake in carrying out their job duties, Don't assume that the mistake was intentional or designed to cause problems for other staff members. Begin by assuming that the mistake was an honest mistake, or perhaps there was even a good reason why some job duty was skipped or bypassed in a given situation. The key when recognizing and addressing problems or mistakes among colleagues is to always assume the best and never start with a confrontational attitude that assumes your coworkers are out to get you. By the same token, if someone points out a mistake that you've made, assume the purpose is simply to fix the problem at hand and not to fix blame. Everyone at PetWow, even the most experienced staff members, will make mistakes on occasion. No one should take offense at having the mistake pointed out. Mistakes are pointed out for one reason only, to solve the problem and move on with the business of providing excellence in pet care to our customers. Number 3, avoid gossip and mind your own business. Nothing more quickly causes a working atmosphere to devolve into a toxic environment than gossip. Here at PetWow, talking about your coworkers behind their back is a serious offense because it is destructive in every way. If you have a legitimate concern about a fellow staff member's behavior or performance, then you should either have the integrity to address the person directly in a professional manner, or else bring the issue immediately to the attention of your site manager. When a staff member persists in engaging in intra-staff gossip, it reveals to management that that staff member is more interested in creating and spreading drama throughout our organization than embracing our mission to serve customers and their pets. Number 4, be aware of what we call the martyr syndrome. The martyr syndrome is a common syndrome in the workplace where a staff member begins to think that he or she does the lion's share of the work and that his or her colleagues are shirkers or underperformers. More often than not, this sentiment is mistaken. It's important to realize that not everyone has the same strengths and weaknesses. Some staff members will be faster and better at some aspects of their job than others. Moreover, some people are just better overall performers in a particular role. It is simply not possible to have a large set of staff members where everyone is equal in every way. And besides, staff members who are star performers end up being rewarded for their efforts at review time. So, recognizing all of this and having respect for your fellow teammates is a good remedy for avoiding negativity that comes along with the martyr syndrome. Of course, if a team member really is grossly underperforming over and over again, the proper response is to bring the issue to the attention of your site manager for resolution, rather than keep the frustration bottled up inside or spreading gossip about that staff member. Number 5, keep a positive attitude. Any place one works, there will be stress and some days which are harder than others. Keeping perspective, leaving personal problems at home, and proactively making the choice to have a good attitude is a skill that greatly contributes to the keeping of the peace in the workplace. Of course, everyone has a bad day now and then, and we all need to have some patience for each other in that respect. But as we often say, a bad day now and then is understandable, but expressing a bad attitude for a whole week is unacceptable. Now, while I've already touched on this to some degree, I want to say a bit more about staff conflict, since animosity between staff members is one of the surest ways to poison a work environment. Of course, staff conflicts are going to arise whenever there are a lot of different personality types working in close proximity. The key necessity is to resolve such conflicts as quickly and professionally as possible so as to protect the positive culture of the company. There are 3 key rules which we stress to all new staff members concerning how to resolve intra-staff conflicts quickly and professionally. Number 1, address staff conflicts immediately. Don't wait and build up anger or a negative attitude. If there is a real conflict you're having with another staff member, address it right away. Number 2, address staff conflicts directly and in person, if at all possible. Don't be a tattletale. Have the personal integrity to address a staff member directly when a conflict arises. Of course, there may be circumstances in which such an approach might be counterproductive, in which case the issue should be immediately taken up with your site manager. However, in most cases, addressing a staff conflict immediately and in person is the fastest way to resolve conflict and restore peace. Number 3, address staff conflicts professionally. When you approach another staff member about a conflict, it is crucial to do so in a professional way. If you approach a staff member with a haughty attitude, with sarcasm, or even antagonistic body language, you can be sure that the confrontation will go poorly, and in all likelihood fuel the conflict rather than resolve it. So take the time to become calm, choose your words, and convey your concern in a professional way with a constant eye towards resolving the problem rather than winning an argument. So far, I've been discussing the keys to maintaining a positive work atmosphere and preventing a foothold for negativity. But I'd like to close this section on PetWow's organizational culture by pointing to the positive and proactive side of organizational culture. The ultimate reason it's so important to retain a positive work atmosphere is so that we can carry out our mission to serve customers and their pets effectively. But over and above simply maintaining a healthy work environment, there are certain attributes and postures that we want to very much instill within our staff members. These attitudes or postures can be summed up by use of the 3 strategic values, which we call the 3 C's. Number 1, we want all of our staff members to become customer crazy. Always remember, pets don't walk into our facilities on their own. Customers bring them in. Sometimes they drag them in. If pet owners do not like our staff members or our services, we're out of business. So making a conscious, active commitment to offer our clientele the best customer service possible is a critical character trait for all PetWow staff members to develop. Number 2, we want our staff members to be creature crazy. Having a real love for companion animals and their well-being is a critical attribute of all PetWow staff members. Passion for pets and their well-being should inform all of our activities, from medical care to grooming to cleaning cages. Number 3, we want to promote and encourage creativity among our workforce. The more creative ideas for improving our services or our organization, the better. We actively encourage all staff members to convey new and creative ideas to their team spokespersons or site managers. Any PetWow staff member who is customer crazy, creature crazy, and creative, that is, who actively embraces the 3 C's, is guaranteed to succeed here at PetWow. In the last part of this video orientation, I want to briefly cover some basic nuts and bolts about how you will best be able to become integrated within the larger PetWow organization. The most important thing you need to know is that everything you need to know can be found within the PetWow staff website area. If you have not received a link already, we will soon be sending you a link to the staff website area as well as providing you the username and password you'll need to access it. The staff website area gives you access to your PetWow email account, your work schedule, your online payroll information, and much, much more. You'll find there every detail about our whole array of company benefits, our pay scales, information about how and when we conduct reviews and issue raises. You'll find every pertinent email address and phone number related to PetWow management. You'll have access to all PetWow policies and even find upcoming PetWow events and announcements. For now, I'll simply touch upon some of the more critical points which you should know right away. Still, I cannot encourage you enough to explore the staff website area in detail as soon as possible. The first item I'd like to highlight is the Reviews and Raises section of the website. Among other things, 2 of the most important features of this section are the discussion about our web-based peer review system and the section discussing how peer reviews are tied to annual raises. You should take the time to read about both of these issues very early in your employment with PetWow. The next area of the website which I'd like to highlight is the section on staff scheduling. There are a few key features of our scheduling policies which I'd like to point out up front. Firstly, the more advance notice that is given for a given time off request, the better the chance that the request will be approved. In addition, giving advance notice for time off requests helps to stabilize the staff schedule by reducing the number of short-term schedule changes which must be arranged for. Secondly, time off requests are always awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. There is no seniority system with respect to the approval of competing time off requests. Thirdly, we are closed for the following 6 holidays: New Year's, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Fourth, we do have a policy concerning time off requests which include the day immediately before and after a recognized holiday. Many staff members are eligible for paid holidays, which means PetWow pays the staff member for the holiday as if they had worked, even though they were off for the holiday. It's a benefit we're happy to extend to eligible staff. However, we only reward that benefit to eligible staff if they work both the business day immediately before and immediately after the holiday. The reason is that PetWow is usually very busy around national holidays, so it's crucial that we have a full staff available to meet customer needs during these times. The policy, therefore, is designed to encourage staff members to be present at work before and after national holidays in order to help handle client volume. This doesn't mean that a staff member absolutely cannot take off time before or after a holiday. It just means that if they choose to do so, they'll sacrifice their holiday pay benefit for that particular holiday. Fifthly, While we're generally very busy all year long, there can be instances, especially during winter, where due to heavy snow and ice and poor road conditions, we may on occasion be faced with little or no business activity for a given day. This happens very infrequently, but in the rare cases when it does, we may ask a staff member to stay home for the day or to leave work early for lack of business. Lastly, I want to point out that showing up faithfully to work and arriving on time are crucial to Petwow's operations and also critical for staff morale. Therefore, we have clear policies concerning excused versus unexcused absenteeism, as well as policies regarding excessive tardiness to work. These policies entail that unexcused absenteeism and excessive tardiness can have a direct impact on one's annual raise or even on one's employment with Petwow. I encourage you to read the section of the policy manual dealing with these issues carefully. The policy manual itself is also available within the staff website area. Next, let's talk briefly about the payroll section of the staff website area. The main points I want to highlight are these. First, payroll is processed biweekly. Secondly, we do require that all payroll be issued by way of direct deposit. We never issue manual paper checks for payroll. Third, all hourly staff members are required to clock in and out using a time clock to record their working hours. And finally, if ever there is a problem clocking in or out, or you happen to forget to do so, the website provides you with an email address where you can inform Human Resources about the error. The final section of the staff website area which I would like to highlight is the section concerned with Petwow's company benefits. I'm happy to say that Petwow offers a wide array of benefits to eligible staff members. To highlight just a few, our available benefits include health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, retirement plan, life insurance, long-term disability, short-term disability, paid vacation, paid holidays, paid uniforms, an annual shoe allowance, staff discount on all veterinary and grooming services and products, Petwow employee discounts with Fifth Third Bank, Verizon Wireless, tire discounters, and much, much more. Your eligibility for the various benefits we offer depends on your employment status with Petwow. And there are 3 different types of employment status. Staff members who average 32 hours per week or more are classified as full-time, full benefit employees. Staff members who average 28 hours a week or more are classified as part-time, partial benefit employees. And staff members who average less than 28 hours per week are considered part-time only. Exactly which and how many Petwow benefits you'll be eligible for will depend upon which of these classes you fall into. But even strictly part-time staff members working less than 28 hours per week still have access to many of the above-mentioned benefits. So please, do yourself a favor and take the time to explore all of Petwow's benefits to see how they can best serve your needs. Well, that brings us to the end of this video presentation. I hope it's been helpful in providing you with a big picture understanding of Petwow's mission, our organizational structure and culture, and some of the basics about how to best integrate with our company. Congratulations once again on landing your new job. And all of us here at Petwow are excited to get to know you and work with you. It is my sincere hope that your experience here in the days ahead is both rewarding and satisfying. Thank you.